Toggle to the word, hey, to all my mates. We are the Togolese future. We the ones who they make it better. No one's possessing the future. All we need to do is work it harder. As a fathers and mothers, the father. Rest to the Almighty's power, not to the privation.
So my name is John Amu. I'm from Ghana, West Africa. I'm currently taking my associates in engineering degree so that I can transfer to a four-year university to pursue my chemical engineering degree. My motivation behind pursuing my chemical engineering degree is my passion for chemistry and math, and also the wide variety of job opportunities under chemical engineering. Speaking about job opportunities, there are material engineering, chemical engineering itself, industrial management, nanotechnology, and a whole lot of chemistry fields or chemical engineering fields under the chemical engineering major. Yeah. So in terms of difficulties, I will probably talk about educational, environmental, and cultural difficulties. With educational difficulties, I'll probably say like taking some courses that are not specifically in my field, that I don't really have interest in. So it's like I'm forcing myself to do something that I don't have passion for. And with environmental, I can say with the coronavirus or the COVID-19 pandemic, shifting from the classroom, the seated classroom style to the online fashion was also an environmental difficulty. And with the culture, I'll say, blending with the American system or the American educational system, because in Africa, our educational system it's not a whole lot different, but it's not the same. So, you had to kind of get adapted to the system here to fit into the educational system here. And with the solutions that I did use to overcome these difficulties, I would say with the courses that I was taking that I didn't like, I would say I just strived, studied hard even though I didn't like it, and then it wasn't forever. So at the long run it was over. So that was like a solution. I just studied hard and then got done with those courses as fast as I can, so that I don't lose focus on my main goals and my main major. And with the environmental solutions, I would say I contacted like most of my instructors, to discuss what I have to do in order to fit into the online fashion, because I wasn't used to online studies, so I had to get kind of advice and counseling from my instructors or from my college to fit into the online style. And with the cultural, it's just fitting into the system, because I can't really change the American educational system to an African style. So the best way was just to fit in and then move with the flow. But for the most part, it was a learning experience for me. So in a different way, I've learned from all this whole educational system and all this college style kind of a thing. So it's a beneficial thing as well. Yeah. So with things that I like and don't like in my major, I'm gonna say first of all, like with what I don't like, I'm gonna say English as a course. I don't like the English as a course. That's me personally. So it's kind of more challenging to me in my major to just study English as a course, and as of now I'm just done with it. So that's good news. But with what I like about my course, I'm gonna say getting to master in English, chemistry, and physics is a good thing. Like you can use that, or specifically English, chemistry, and physics, it can be applied in a wide variety of fields. So even if I try to change my mind in the near future to not do chemical engineering, I can use the English, chemistry, and physics for something in the engineering field, to benefit me as an engineer, or as a potential engineer. So with the greatest strength in my major, I'm gonna say engineering as a whole. Like I said earlier, like chemistry, math, and physics is applied, so you use that more often. Even if it's not in your day-to-day life, it's gonna be in your career field. So the greatest strength in my major, I'm gonna say, my major to me makes me think outside of the box. Like it can make me visualize something and try to come up with a solution or a practical way to work around that specific thing. So that's like one of the greatest say strength about my major. So yeah, that's a go-to. People working in the chemical engineering major can help a lot of ways in the community. Like for instance, technology and engineering is moving at a fast pace and it's moving forward. For instance, one can pursue nanotechnology concentration under chemical engineering to help with problem solving, because nanotechnology is, engineers are using nanotechnology for to manufacture or build quantum computers. So for instance, if somebody pursues nanotechnology concentration under chemical engineering, you can help with the whole troubleshooting and problem solving under nanotechnology or chemical engineering. Also, like nanotechnology or the quantum computers that are being manufactured, are helping to solve bigger or more complex problems. So if you pursue such a concentration under chemical engineering, like people that are doing that are bringing like a lot of things to the table. They are being able to solve a problem that is more complex than the human brain. With advice, I would say, with chemical engineering, or let's say with engineering as a whole, you have to have motivation. Like there has to be a motivation, there has to be consistency, there has to be more practice. If let's say in everything, generally in everything that you do, if you don't have motivation or some kind of passion, it's very hard to pursue what you're doing. So I would say any potential candidate should have like a strong motivation, and if possible a role model, because if you have a role model, you can mimic the steps of that role model, or you can get some guidance and counseling from that specific role model, or an inspiration from that specific role model. So that would be the main things to focus on, or the main advice that I would give to a potential candidate, because you have to have motivation. That's key.
Toggle to the word, hey, to all my mates. We are the Togolese future. We the ones who they make it better. No one's possessing the future. All we need to do is working harder. As a father, the maddest the father. Rest to the Almighty's power, not to the privation of being reader.